G'day guys and gal, today is the day. I got a sexy Warhammer 40k tattoo to celebrate 500,000 subscribers, and I'm actually really happy with it. This video will basically just be me showing off some highlights of getting the tattoo, as well as the end result in close detail, and the meaning behind the tat. I'll also do a Q&A during the tattooing process to answer some of the questions you guys and gal had for me. The 500k Majorkill merch is also now live right now. I know a lot of you don't really give a shit because you have no taste, but for those that actually want some dope ass merch while supporting the channel, like this singlet is a part of the drop, then this video will also show off the rest of it as well as how to get it. We've already sold about half the merch from those that signed up for pre-access, so there isn't much time. The merch and how to get it will be after the tattooing process, so if you want to check it out, then watch to the end of this video. Let's get into it. I've been saying that I was going to get a 40k tat at 500k for a while now, and whilst I am many questionable things, a retard, a dickhead, a hentai producer, I am also a man of my word. But I didn't want to get some dumb shit tattoo that I would later regret. I wanted it to have meaning to me, be related to 40k, but not just a Warhammer only thing that only us degenerates understand or appreciate. Custodians are my main boys. I have 13 fully painted golden bananas with more on the way, and I love their lore and aesthetic. However, I didn't want to just get like a custodian helmet or symbol. I also really like typography tattoos. After all, my first one is writing. So why not pair a good quote with a cool simple custodian design? I chose the Guardian Spear as it's iconic but not super overtly Warhammer. But which quote to choose from? There are so many awesome 40k quotes, it was so hard to choose. However, the line once said, "Loyalty is its own reward." The line being one of my favorite characters, combined with the quote actually being super awesome and relatable to real life, made it a clear winner. To clarify its meaning, it basically means that you are loyal to your friends and family not because you get some kind of reward from it, but because you want to be unconditionally loyal. At least that's my interpretation. With the concept done, I got my best mate Chris, CK Creative, to do up a design. After getting pretty drunk on a live stream,
it's alright Chris, like we always knew you were closeted. It's time to come out and meet the light. The light beckons.
Dude, are you guys fucking serious?
We had done it. A clean, awesome design. We actually used this design on the 500k merch hoodies and t-shirts. Like I said, fucking good merch drop. I wanted to put the tattoo somewhere where I could appreciate it, but also tasteful. So no face tats, I'm afraid. I landed on doing my left shoulder as it balances out the tat on my right tit, and I've always liked that spot. One of the fitness guys I follow, Gregor Gallagher, has his tat there, and I liked how it looked. But what Chris made wasn't the final design. I wanted the tattoo artist to add his own flair to it while optimizing it for my flesh. I chose Matt Beckford Tattoo as he was tattooed out of his fucking mind, from his toes to his balls to his scalp, and we do jiu-jitsu together. He made a note that the tattoo was way too long and would either be scaled down terribly or would wrap too much around my arm and look stupid. So Matt reduced the length of the spear by shrinking the grip parts. He then changed the font to something more cursive and aesthetic to match my other tattoo. It was exactly what I wanted from him. Same core design but flared up a bit. After some positioning, we begun. Now my pain tolerance is pretty good. I had a pretty dramatic surgery a few years ago and the agony of that recovery was beyond fucked. So any other pain, other than waxing, I can't do waxing, holy shit, is pretty whatever. 95% of the tattoo was more or less just a tickle, but the tips near my armpits fucking hurt. There is a shit ton of nerves around there, which is why we are so tickly under the arms. With that said, it's time to do the mid-tattoo Q&A. Alright, if you could write a lore event that permanently wipes out one faction, who would you genocide and how? Probably genocide the Grey Knights, because they're a bit one-dimensional. They kind of just pop in whenever the plot needs them to get rid of like a big scary demon. Their characters aren't super interesting, and their models are shit. So it's, yeah, I'd probably get rid of the Grey Knights, get rid of them in like a cataclysmic event where they have to sacrifice their order to beat back like the combined might of all the demon primarchs or something. Something super epic, send them off in style. What was the spark that led you to become a Warhammer content creator? Which channel/YouTuber do you think is your greatest inspiration, or rather do you believe you have created a personal style? This was an interesting one because it's not as deep as you'd think. Basically, when I was in school, I was like, you know what'd be fucking cool? Being a YouTuber, that'd be a cool job. So I gave it a whirl. I actually created an original channel called Bombard Studios that flopped terribly because it was just, you know, I relied too heavily on the work ethic of 17-year-olds. So that flopped, but even after that, it was dead and buried. I still wanted to be a YouTuber, so I tried again, and after a few years of grinding, we eventually broke through. Which channel or YouTuber would have been my greatest inspiration? I think I did develop my own style. I think there's like those guys back in the day, like the Filthy Franks and stuff were quite funny and enjoyable. But if anything, the current Warhammer YouTubers, when I started, they inspired me to not be like them because they were so fucking boring. So I just wanted to kind of take that and make it watchable. Okay, if you could collab with Henry Cavill on a 40k show, whose story would you pitch for the adaptation? I would pitch either Eisenhorn or Caiaphas Cain. Very digestible because you got to think long term. If you pitch the Horus Heresy, you're going to flop because it's too grand, it's too big and intimidating. But you pitch a really contained, dynamic, deep story with good characters, comedy, humor, romance, action, everything horror. You're getting everything, people are going to love it, and then from there, you can then go into stuff like the Horus Heresy. Where do you see Warhammer going in the next 5 years? Continually rising in popularity, or will it fall off? A lot of people think it's going to die. There's a few YouTubers, actually, I'm not going to name anyone, that think that Warhammer's like in its death throes and we're about to go to shit. I think Warhammer's on the cusp of entering a hectic golden age. I think with all the new releases, the massive increase in popularity lately, and the potential for the Henry Cavill show to really blow it up, I think Warhammer could be, it could do it. It could get to like Halo, Star Wars, that kind of level. So I'm optimistic. I think like we're just getting started with Warhammer. I think it's got a lot to go. Do you think they should reveal what happens to the 2nd and 11th Legions or keep them as a mystery? That's a tough one. Like the more knowledge I get, the better. So it would be cool. I like it how they drop teasers. I think if they just keep dropping teasers enough, not to say anything concrete, but enough for us to like form a coherent picture of what could have happened, I think that would be pretty fun. What was it like starting off the channel, going from boring day job to talking your favorite hobby as your source of income? What would be some tips to help the guys and gal if we wanted to start a channel? It was pretty incredible. Like it was awesome realizing that my one video a week or working on it one day a week was making more money than my boring day job. So in terms of lifestyle, like I'm a lot happier, I'm a lot healthier, I can choose my own hours, I can do whatever I want. And I'm actually working harder than I've ever worked because I'm so motivated for it. So it has been pretty special. What would be the tips to help the guys and gals? Would be, it's really tough. Like it'd be nice for me to say, I'll give it a go and it'll be fun and stuff, but it's a really, really tough competitive industry. I think the biggest advice would be, don't try and be better than someone, just be different. Like everyone that's succeeded in the Warhammer lore space in the last 3 years have been totally different from all the other creators. So you just have to be different. So there it is, my brand new Warhammer 40k tattoo all done and dusted. Looking pretty fucking sexy if I say so myself. My girlfriend railed the shit out of me after I showed her. She has a thing for tattoos and apparently this one really got her juices flowing. So with that out of the way, let's check out some fucking merch! Kicking us off with the classic hoodie design, a staple for the channel for years now. I went with embroidery as I find that to be the most durable and aesthetic print method. We got the classic signature on the breast, the 500k on the sleeve, and the 500k tattoo design printed on the shoulder. If you're wondering why it's not on the same shoulder, it's because we do everything upside down in Australia. The hoodie also comes in burgundy red because red hoodies are fucking sick. The t-shirt follows a similar vibe, but with the tattoo design on the back instead of the shoulder. Once again comes in both red and black, and also has the same embroidery style. Fucking love embroidery. As for the cut, since a good t-shirt cut is essential for us blokes, I made sure it hugged the chest without looking too slutty. So basically if you work out, people will be able to tell, and if you don't, then people won't. However, what I suspect to be the best seller is the singlet. A clean front with the Majorkill signature, but then on the back, only in death does duty end. With the death mask of a glorious bleeding angel. I was so hyped when this one came together. Material is soft and light, so works great for a gym session or just on a hot day. Here is where the merch gets spicy. I wanted to sell stuff that I actually use, which is why I put together the Majorkill bathrobe, selling for $69 Australian. Yes, I took a profit margin hit so I could make that childish joke. Bathrobes slap. I edit, cook, clean, and sometimes masturbate in mine. Continuing the theme, I'm a slut for slides. The ease and convenience of being able to slap on some shoe and then do mundane tasks or even go for a walk without the blisters that you would get from flip-flops is grossly underrated. The Majorkill slides are the GOAT. Felt like material to prevent blisters and a sole that molds to your feet after a day or two of wearing. I wear my slides on walks, to jiu-jitsu, or literally anything else I can get away with. I went for a cute, clean Majorkill design on these ones. And last but not least, the Majorkill water bottle. A year ago, I got an incredible artwork commission for my living room, so I decided to get a similar thing done for the bottle. It's a collage of Majorkill artworks, symbols, and a bit of typography. Chaotic, but comes together nicely. The bottle itself is great quality. Ow. Stainless steel, and I'm not joking when I say it would only take like 3 hits to someone's head to kill them. With water in it, you're looking at a potential one-shot. As I've said before, these merch drops aren't my money makers. The margins are pretty shit, so the main thing for me is to create something that I'm proud of and then see all the sick photos of you guys and gals wearing it. That's the entire drop. The one note I do have to make is that due to us hitting 500k faster than expected, not all the product has arrived at the warehouse yet, so a lot of orders will ship out at the end of the month rather than as soon as the order is placed, but I'm sure that's survivable. Link to pick up the merch is below. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, watching, subscribing, and letting me live out my dream. On to 1 million. I'm gonna have to think of something fucking whack for when we hit that. Peace.